The world of sound.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Whalien, where I am joined by Animal.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I used to be known as AnimalSkillzHD. Sadly, that was the name I chose for myself.
What's up, everybody? AnimalSkillzHD here, and what's up, everybody? AnimalSkillzHD here, and today I'm trying a new game on.
When I met Whalien, that was, I think we met on Mineplex, and we played Minecraft, and I was like, oh my god, it's a Minecraft streamer. I want to get to meet him. Let's go. Let's do this. This will be my big break to make some content.
I'm here with Whalien.
Hey.
Yeah,
A lot of experiences that helped me in my career today started back then. So luckily enough, I got to know Whalien better, and we played more often. I watched his videos. I was in a couple of his videos.
Please love me. Please love. Don't love me. I said love. This run is like dating. You like take it one step at a time.
Looking back at it now, it was a really special moment for me because that was the first time I ever got to be a part of something like that, like be in a video with another creator who is bigger than myself and I looked up to at the time. Not that I don't look up to you now, but I'm just saying, just for reference, back then, it was a real treat.
Go get him, guys.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm doing it. Boom.
I never thought that I would have to say I'm sorry for anyone but me.
The content I was making was mainly like Minecraft videos, same type of stuff Whalien was doing. I was doing like funny moments and PvP mini games, that sort of thing. Whatever I saw other people doing, that's what I was making. That type of content. I was still trying to figure myself out. My real life stuff was not going too well at the time. I had I didn't have a lot of friends. It's always been that way. But
Come up.
right now.
Okay.
So being a part of Whalien's community really helped me out because those were my friends, and I didn't have any really that I never went out and saw anyone. I was really insecure with myself, and I was lost, and I wanted to find online friends, and Whalien and his whole Minecraft YouTube community they were my friends, essentially.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Whalien, and welcome back to another Minecraft video today.
When Whalien stopped uploading, it was kind of sad because he just hit, YT rank on Mineplex, so I was like, oh my gosh, why would you stop now? But I understand now that, when you hit this age, when you're going through college and trying to figure out, I have a life, what should I do with it? It might not be making YouTube content, it might be something else, which I completely understand, and that I admire that. But to me at the time, I was really bummed because everything kind of fell apart after that. Not that it was Whalien's fault or anything, but he was sort of the glue that was keeping everyone together in the community. And then after that, everyone didn't really know what to do with themselves. I was still in the same mindset ever since then. I still wanted to create content. I still wanted to be part of the community, but everyone else kind of, they didn't have much. They had motivation, but they didn't have a leader. And there were people that rose up to take Whalien's place as owner of the community, and they did their best, and they grew the Discord community immensely, and they did a lot of great things over the years. But in my opinion, it wasn't something I really wanted to be a part of. So that's why I've left the Discord a couple times, because I just felt lost in it again. So I had to go find new friends or figure out how to do stuff on my own. But that community was very, very important to me in my online career.
My heart is buried in Venice, hidden beneath all my worries and doubts. My heart is buried in Venice,
watch this, guys.
waiting for someone to take it.
Where I am at now, I'm a freelance graphic designer. I've been in college for graphic design, taking some part-time classes, and I'm 19 now, so it's been a good long while. My YouTube career hasn't really changed. I'm still at the same amount of subs I was forever ago. I tried making more content, but it came to a point where I wasn't making the quality content I wanted. I wasn't comfortable with myself. I didn't have the right equipment, so I didn't want to keep pushing for that, because YouTube nowadays, it's just getting harder and harder to grow and make content that people will actually watch. So I took that and went a different route with it. So I'm still a part of the YouTube community. I watch YouTube every day. I help other people make videos. I'm still in other people's videos and streams, but I'm not known as the YouTuber guy. I'm the guy who makes stuff for the YouTuber.
That I would have to say I'm sorry for anyone but me.
With everything that's happened online for me and in my career as an online, designer, YouTuber, gamer, that has actually helped me get a real job. And it's amazing to me. I took like a whole year break from like content and YouTube and gaming even, and I worked my butt off, and it helped grow me as a person, so that when I came back to it, I knew what I was doing, and I was confident, and I had those connections from long ago that helped me reach out. Like the first people I went to when I said, hey, I wanted to freelance, who can I work for? I went to Whalien's community, the YTC Stratus. I went there and I made stuff for people, and I asked their opinion, because there are some artists there, and I grew from there. One thing led to another, and now here I am, making more money than I thought I would be, doing art for YouTubers and stuff and esports teams. So it's really cool to me, and I appreciate everything that Whalien's community has done for me, and how it's really impacted my whole life. I think I would say the same thing as most content creators that give advice say. They usually say, be yourself, mainly. Don't try to copy others too much. Like, you can learn from someone and take an idea from them and use it, but don't become them, because I've seen YouTubers do that and it doesn't go well for them. They may like spark some familiarity with some, like, those people's viewers, but then they end up just losing interest, because it's like watching the same person. You know, if you're watching Jacksepticeye and then you meet another Jacksepticeye ripoff, sorta, sure, they might subscribe to you, but then they're not going to watch you because there's a real Jacksepticeye. Second thing I would say is don't kill yourself. so don't let me redo that one. Second thing I would say is make sure to take time for yourself. Don't burn yourself out, because that is probably the main thing that happens, is when people are trying again and again and it's not working out, but they want to keep persevering. That's what you should do. Don't give up. But if something just will not work, try to think a way around it. So that's what I did. You know, making the videos wasn't working. The types of games I was playing, just me in general, it wasn't working. So I gave up for a while, for a year. I just was like, screw this, I'm done. I'm going to go work some job I hate. But if I would have stayed and tried different things, I would be ahead of where I am now. But yeah, just think of new ways to do things, to create content. I know I don't do videos anymore. I'm going to be doing videos in the future, but right now I'm a graphic designer, freelancer, blah, blah, blah. I make stuff you look at. So the third thing I would say is, if you're going to take making content seriously, invest into whatever you're doing. So if you have a YouTube channel, go get someone to make you art, or go brand yourself, because that is very important. You want to stick out. You want to have a brand identity, and learn what you have to do. Look up on YouTube the different editing softwares. Just do your homework on YouTube, and you will do better significantly, because there's so many people who just kind of wing it. A lot of designers out there that people go to and will pay people will pay them, and they'll make something that they want. They'll make something that is just like, oh, you want me to draw a guy holding a sword? All right, here you go. Give me the money. There's so many designers out there like that. And what I try to do is, after going to college and learning more about how design is done in the business world, I can then bring that into the design world. And I pick up tips on other designers, for content creators that are actually doing good and actually care about the creators themselves. I try to do that with every one of my clients, or whatever creator, no matter how big or small they are. I've worked with way bigger content creators that I thought would be noticing me, so I treat them all the same. They're all very important. Whenever we go into a concept or a design for something, say someone wants a logo, first off, I ask them what they want. They'll tell me, hey, I want this guy doing this cool backflip, whatever, and then I'll say, okay, that's cool. What kind of content do you make? And they'll say, oh, I do cooking. So there's not really we'll have to talk about it, and I'll say, all right, so I think something like this might work well, or I'll take a reference online and say I can make something sort of like this, or we can mix and match, and we'll talk about it for maybe a day or two. I'll go in calls, I'll just type it out, and once we come to a conclusion and we want to make this sort of thing, I'll start making concepts, and I'll sketch it, and I'll show them progress reports and little screenshots. Okay, what kind of face do you want on this guy? What do you want this to look like? Is this the right expression? Are these the right colors? If it's a really high quality something or other, it will take a week to make, just because we're going back and forth. I can make something in a day, but it might not be the perfect thing for that person.
To take it home safe.
I don't always feel like you guys are supporting me. I know some of your fans, and you're watching my videos, you enjoy it, you click that like button, and you comment, "Oh, great job." Let's take some followers of Whalien, and he has the whole Discord chat that he's been putting out the content people want, and he enjoys, and you guys enjoy. Maybe I just haven't found that yet, but he seems to get followers. Oh yeah, okay, I got my followers and my friends here. We're gonna stream. You guys can be in the Discord. That's awesome. I want to be doing that stuff, but no one seems to want to do it with me.
Not many people would think that, or I don't even think Whalien knows the effect that his community has had on me. But I just wanted to thank everyone in that community for being there for me and helping me get to this point, and for supporting Whalien, and for keeping the whole community together.
My heart is buried in Venice, waiting for someone to take it home.
Is Renatus better than the OG parkour craft? Well, that is a very hard choice.